Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm AD the Barber, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do a high bald fade using detachable clipper blades. The tools I'll be using for this cut are my andis BGRC along my 5.0, referred to as the 5/0, all the way to the 1.5 blade. First thing I'm going to do to start this cut off is I'm going to even out the top of the head using my 1.5 detachable blade. And as you can see, I'm just keeping the blade flat to the head and just following the shape of the head. Now this is going to be the easiest part of the cut. The main goal is just to get the hair as even as possible. And as long as you hold the blade flat on the head, you should be able to get a nice, smooth, even cut going against the grain of the hair. The main thing you just want to remember is when you're using these detachable clippers, you always want to keep the blade flush. I see a lot of new barbers who try to angle the clipper and they never get as smooth as a cut as they would if they would have held the clipper flat to the head. When you're cutting hair against the grain, always just remember to pay attention to which way the hair grows and go against it, no matter what side of the head you're on. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my 5.0 blade, also referred to as the 5/0, and I'm going to start to make my guideline. So I'm going to go up about 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches from the top of the sideburn and bald that out. So you want to make sure you get that area as bald as you possibly can, holding the clipper flush to the head. Now I'm going to make this guideline even all the way around the head, and you can see as I start to get right behind the ear, I start to drop the guideline back a little bit just to create a little drop in my fade. In the back is going to be the same process. You've seen I did both sides. Now all I'm doing is connecting the guidelines and making sure that it's even in the back. Now I'm going to get into the fading process, taking my 0.0 blade, also referred to as the 0.0, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to blend out that guideline. So what I'm doing here is I'm keeping the clipper flush to the head as I was doing with my 5.0 blade, and I'm just going up about 1/4 inch on that guideline, starting to blend it out. Always remember to use the corners of your clippers if you're having a hard time getting those guidelines out. Very important to keep your clipper flush, using the same motion you did with your 5/0 blade to blend out that line with the 3. So now I'm going to take my OA blade after I finish with the 3, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact process, going up just about 1/4 inch, blending out that 3/0 guideline. With each blade, I continue to use the same process, keeping the blade flush to the head, going up just 1/4 inch on the guideline, and blending it out. Now I'm moving up to my 1 blade, and I'm going to repeat the steps I did with my 3.0 blade and my OA blade by just going up about 1/4 inch on that OA guideline, blending it out as I go up, and keeping my clippers flush to the head. Pressure is also a big thing about how much pressure you're pushing on the head, and with coarse hair I like to start out with a medium pressure and just adjust it from there. Now I'm going to take my 1A blade, which is going to be the final blade I use, because the next blade is the 1.5, and I already used that on top. So I know that my 1A blade is the last blade I'm going to use to blend out that guideline that I made with the 1 blade. And as you guys can see, it's the same process over and over. All you're doing is switching different blades and moving your way up. So with my 1A, I'm keeping the clippers flush to the head to get a nice smooth cut. When I'm struggling to get the line out, I'll go in and use the corner of my blade to help knock that out a little better. And now when you come over to the other side of the head, you're going to repeat the same exact process, starting with the 3-0, going ahead and blending out that line you made with the 5-0 blade. Moving up to the 0A or OA, 1/4 of an inch, blending out the line from the 3-0. Now I'm at my 1 blade. Same exact process, keeping the clippers flush, going out and blending out the line from the OA blade. 1/4 of an inch up. Same exact process, repeating it. Following the drop back shape of my guideline. Now I'm up to my last blade that I'm going to use, my 1A. Clipper flush to the head, blending out the guideline from the 1 blade I just used. Going in with just the corners, help blend those lines just a little bit better. Use your brush or your comb to keep the hair brushed or combed down. Help you find those guidelines and those dark spots so you know what to blend out. Now as I move to the back, it's the same exact process. The back's usually a little harder to fade just because it's not as flat as the surface as the sides are. And I'm using the same exact steps. Clippers flush, 0, 000 blade on the clipper, going up, blending out the 5 guideline. Now moving to my 0A blade or OA blade. You hear it referred to as both. And going up about 1/4 of an inch, blending out that guideline I made with the 3-0 blade. And you see me stretch the skin here. When you get around to the back of people's heads is really fatty sometimes. And so if you stretch the skin, it'll help you get those lines out. Now I have my 1 blade. And I'm just going in, clippers flush, taking out the line I made with the OA. Now I have my 1A. Same process, stretching the skin, going up and taking out the guideline I made with the 1 blade. Clippers flush, using the corners, especially in the back. You definitely want to use those corners. The back can be really hard to blend out those lines sometime. You see here, I'm keeping the clippers flush. Now to finish off the haircut after you get it all faded out, go ahead and take your trimmers. I prefer to use the Andis T outliners. Go ahead, stay on the natural hairline and get a nice, clean, crisp line up. So that's all it is for fading with detachable clipper blades. This is what you would call fading up. I'm going to show you guys different ways you can fade with detachable clipper blades here in future videos. Sorry I've been gone for a few months, but I am now back and I will be uploading videos Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays back to the regular schedule. So you guys make sure you guys tune in and get ready for a whole bunch of more haircut and barbering info. Now here's the finished product of the haircut. I use Topic hair fibers to finish it off just to make his line stand out a little bit more. I'll show you that in another video, but this has been AD. I'm out.